All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start our lesson for the day. We've been learning transformations for about a week and a half now. My name is Megan Makita. I teach 10th grade geometry at Cohen College Prep High School in New Orleans. The first thing that we're going to do is something that we worked on last week, and that is doing more than one transformation at a time. I had already found some misconceptions come up in class, so I had them do a lesson where they were doing multiple transformations at one time. I'm going to do the first example. I'm going to call on you to help me out with it. I was doing a lot of modeling where I was kind of showing them how it should be done, and they were then practicing. So this first one says, reflect the triangle DIV across the line y equals 2. So my first thing I want to do is think, where does y equal -2? Because that's going to help me plot this line. X is 1 here, but y is -2. So I'm going to plot a point. And here x is 5, but y is still -2. And there's about an infinite number of other places where y equals -2. I'm going to draw that line, and then I'm going to reflect my points. So now it says, I want to translate. What should I do to make sure that my shapes stay congruent? Manny, go ahead.
For each ordered pair, subtract 3 from the x value and add 1 to the y.
Nice. Okay, so this looks like some kind of mathematical equation, but it doesn't tell me left, right, up, or down. How can I decide I'm going to go left, right, up, or down?
Since the x is negative, you got to go to the left 3.
Okay, why left? How do we know that?
Because the left side is negative.
So that's the negative direction on the x-axis. Wonderful. So I'm going to go left 3. I'm going to write that down. And y plus 1 means I'm going to do what, Jamarian?
You're going to go up 1.
Very nice. Up 1. Excellent. I hope to get as many students involved as possible so that I could hear from different voices. How did you do this? How did you do this? So that people could organize their thoughts a little bit better. And I get one person to tell me what they did to make sure that their answer was correct. What did they look at? Keyshawn.
To make sure that I plot my coordinates correctly, drew my letters in the right spot, and also I got to make sure that I get the right coordinates.
Great. And what did your figure look like at the end that told you, I got this?
It looked the same as the other 2 figures.
Great. So it looked exactly the same. What's that word that we use?
Congruent.
Congruent. Very nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you get to try the next one on your own.
Not trying to Just back to where it was. Keep going. But that's clockwise.
Where's your line of reflection?
Just right there. Right there. That's clockwise. That's kind of clockwise. No, that's good. Oh.
Oh my gosh, you're so right. Tandra caught a mistake. Ladies and gentlemen, can I pause you and interrupt you for a second? Tandra found a mistake in my coordinates for the last one, and I see people did it correctly. What should my coordinates have been after the translation? Jawan.
I was -4, 2.
Good.
G was -3, -2.
-3, -2. Yep, that's what I had.
And V was -8, -1.
Nice job. Nice job.
That's not supposed to be way up there.
Yes, it is. It rotated on 90 degrees. This is 90 degrees. This is on the axis. 90 degrees from the.
Oh, okay.
I just saw you have a debate about this problem. What did you find out?
That I was wrong and she was right.
You were wrong and she was right. Well, what was your mistake, Shamari?
My mistake was like I think I shifted my thing when I had turned it.
You're saying, what do you mean?
My shape.
Your coordinate plane or your shape?
My shape.
Okay.
I think I shifted when I had turned and when I turned it.
And where should your pen be when you're making that rotation? In the origin, right? Excellent, ladies. Okay, so you see you were translated up one.
was just down 1.
Just one, but now you've got it. Great job, ladies. So then next, I have them take the pre-assessment. What we're gonna do over the next day and a half is try to figure out What are the misunderstandings that you have? We're going to try to pull them out of your brain, put them all on the table, and then figure out how to fix them so that we fully and completely understand transformations. Pre-assessment comes before every formative assessment lesson that you give. And the pre-assessment is to help you figure out where each student is in the class.
A formative assessment lesson doesn't ask routine questions. It's designed to reveal. So it's really important that teachers look at student work and think deeply about the responses to these non-routine questions.
At this point, if you can get as much of your thoughts down on paper, that will help me see what you know and what you're thinking. All right, young people, tomorrow we're going to be sitting with another person and we're going to be working on a project that helps us fix up any things that we didn't understand today. Have a good afternoon, everyone. So we finished taking the pre-assessment. Thank you. Thank you. After school, I had a meeting with my colleagues, Erica and Camille, who are both math teachers. So just to explain a little bit about what we did in class, students took a pre-assessment about transformations. I was lucky enough that Erica is also a geometry teacher, so she was doing the lesson at the same time that I was. So it was really helpful to talk about our pre-assessments together. It seemed like they have transformed all of the simple transformations, A, B, C, D, where they just have to do one transformation.
When teachers collaborate around what's happening in their own classroom, it is the strongest form of professional development. And their job was to identify and name the misconceptions and then write feedback questions.
When we get down to this part, it says, describe fully the single transformation that takes the shaded triangle onto the triangle labeled E. I found a bunch of students did more than one.
Some of mine did that. They did like rotating it a certain way and then translating it. Did yours do that too?
Yeah.
When the teachers analyzed the student work, they realized that the students didn't have a robust or very strong understanding of rotations, reflections, and translations.
Manny was very close. So he said that would be a result of reflection over y equals x or y equals negative x. So the answer is actually just y equals x.